we
There he
go.
is. There he is. We're on. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So there's a little button that says annotation here. I've never used it before. Might see if it works. Draw. Does it work? Oh, it does work. Excellent. I'm not going to be using it, but I just want to try it out. Right. Okay. That's my bit of fun finished. Cool, guys. So here's the thing. Oh man, I can't get rid of this thing now. Undo.
So just while Andy's sorting that out, we've got Robert in Wollongong, Australia. Raj is tuning in, but she's saying perfect time to have a meeting with Portugal and France playing. We don't know what that's about. This is crypto time. No soccer. Although that will be a good game, Portugal-France. I bet that'll be quite a good game, but you can catch the replay of that.
It shows people's dedication.
It shows your commitment. I was going to say the same thing. So thanks for joining us, Raj. And yeah, are you ready, Mr. Demi?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Let's
so guys,
do this.
This is a big part of what I was looking at yesterday. Is the market was dropping quite hard, and I think we were around, I think about here when started to get some alerts that we were going through 2000, and then I kind of let you know, Gavin, and then you were like, oh, let me jump in. And the thing is that what I said is like, well, let's wait and see if this market creates a doji, because otherwise we might be able to buy this, maybe if this is a real big drop, might be able to buy it in this perfect buy zone, which has got like a double confluence with, just take it for granted if you don't know how the Fibonacci works. This is an overextended Fibonacci, which is a high probability bounce area. Now, we did get that doji bar. Now, for those that don't know what a doji is, essentially it is a candle that looks exactly like this. And often you can predict before they actually happen. So this is what happened. And today I saw in the group a few people wanting to buy Ethereum, wanting to buy Bitcoin. I actually did a little post to see, what people were thinking, whether we're going to go up from here, whether we're going to go down. And I was kind of saying, look, let's wait for the closing bar. Why? Simply because it looks bullish at some point. It looked bullish then, right? That maybe this could be a morning star. But if you kind of look and study the lower time frames, this is why it's important to be, ready and pre-planned. There's a couple of things here. One, I had this line, this reactive line that was drawn in from the past that just happened to, again, be reactive. And I noticed that we had a flag formation here, which on its own, guys, like this is why patterns on their own are not really that useful. On its own, you could see that that's a bullish candle pattern. But when you take this daily chart, look where we're bouncing into. This is the most important part, right? This block here, right? Have a look, guys. Even if you're new, you might be able to see the market loves this zone here, right? And we're beneath it, and we're testing it. So to the untrained eye, you might be looking at this and thinking, okay, we should be buying. Everything's going up, right? Let's jump in. Well, no, let's not jump in. Let's wait for the market to show us strength, right? What does that mean? Well, it means essentially we should really be closing above this block, right? This block here. Ideally, you want to be closing above it. So then what was resistance now becomes a support zone. So ideally, if you want to buy on confirmation, you get a break, a pullback into this block, and then we buy. Alternatively to that, you should be looking down here as the optimal buy. So if you're going to buy value, and you want to buy it on the way down, make sure you're getting value. Don't buy as it's going up into resistance, because you're literally buying resistance. So look, sometimes people get lucky, and then it just happens to be that it breaks resistance, and you bought it right there, and you pat yourself on the back and you say, wow, look, you know, I'm so clever. I'm in Ethereum and it's going up. But actually, you've just bought resistance and you just got lucky. It's as simple as that. And, you know, it's exactly the same thing I posted earlier. I don't know if you saw, Gavin, you're probably sleeping actually, about Bitcoin. Just wait for the 4 hour to close. Don't get in. It's dangerous. And I saw, I'm not going to mention names, but people were saying like, oh, it looks like it's going to go. So I just want to get in. I'm like, wait for the close. And look, I'm not going to get into Bitcoin now because we haven't got time, but I'll post something in the group. But look, guys, it didn't close. It did not close. This is where they wanted to buy. And I said, wait, let this, look at this channel line, guys. This is reacting as resistance. Wait for it to close. Don't be impatient. And look, it looked like it was going to go. This is FOMO. People jumping in and then look what happens. Bang, down. Right? So now you'd be like, you know, cursing yourself if you got in. So we've got to be patient and we've got to have a plan. And that's really all I want to say on this. We've got a lot to cover in the presentation. Let me stop sharing.
Stop sharing, and can you finish your cough suite, please? You sound like an old granddad.
I really need to have this cough suite because
come on, granddad. Come on, granddad. Luckily, you had some good information to share. So look, guys, if you want to, for what Andy's saying to make more sense, you're in the right place. Over the next 60 minutes or so, he'll be breaking through all of that and how he's got to this point. And then we'll be sticking around for 25 minutes for the live Q&A. So I'm going to leave Andy to do his professional bit. I'll probably take the onesie off. It is available on all good retail outlets. I'll put a link in the description below if anybody wants one. And over to you, Boo Boo.
Well, let's hear from the people so they understood what I just went through. Because if they didn't, then we're a bit screwed, really. Type a yes, guys, if you understood me, even though I had a cough suite in.
It sounds like you've got false teeth falling out.
Well, this is about what I might sound like when I'm 85. There you go.
Okay,
awesome.
a few
people spoke. I just need to make sure.
People are saying yes, but
look, come on, it's overwhelming now. It's overwhelming.
Everybody's being polite. Everybody's being polite.
Right, hold on. Let me get the coffee's nearly done, guys. So don't worry. Let me get the presentation up. So we got about 60 minutes worth to cover. I'm going to stop sharing videos. Stop video, and start sharing screen. And
so yeah, Emil, you're in the right place, mate. You're saying really new to this. No, didn't understand. Obviously, you didn't understand maybe the technical parts, but as long as you could hear what he was saying and make sense of what he was saying with his cough suite in his mouth, some of the rest should start to make sense as we break down what you're going to be looking for and the major components over Andy's 18-year career. So as it says here, see how he turned $30,000 into $180,000 in just 3 months. So he is a former hedge fund trader. He's going to reveal his little known crypto secrets that he's shown anybody can use. We've had complete newbies come through the program and they're making money. We've had experienced traders. There's a whole bunch and a whole range of people. So if you feel that this is in front of you to do, during and after this presentation, then we'll be here to answer your questions afterwards. It is a trading masterclass with Mr. Andy Demi. So on that note, Andy, I will say, take it away, finish your suite.
I've done. I'm ready. Right, guys, let's get cracking. So this is going to take us about 60 minutes. And then like Gavin said, we'll stay behind and answer any of your questions about anything we've covered today. And also about the crypto program that we're running to see if it's something that you want to do. But you're going to get tons of value, guys. Take notes and get a real good feel for what it takes to be a professional crypto trader. You're going to learn a lot tonight. So let's get going, guys. So let's break down what we are going to cover and what we're going to learn today. So
Andy, just before you get started, mate, can you maximize the screen?
It is maximized. You're not able to see all of it?
Guys, can you just confirm that the screen's maximized? Because on my screen it's showing different. So if someone can just.
If someone
yes.
could confirm, but it should be nice.
Perfect. Okay, thank you guys. I will love you and leave you. I'll see you soon.
Okie dokie. Right, so you are about to discover my exact system that I've used to grow my account by 600% in 3 months. You will understand the exact criteria that I use to uncover hidden gems that are about to explode higher. And you will find out how to develop your edge and apply the right strategy at the right time to maximize your returns. Now, for those that don't know me, that are new to me, why listen to me? Well, I've been in the markets for a very, very long time. I've traded for over a decade for some of the biggest banks and hedge funds in London, including JP Morgan, Schroders, and Barclays Capital. I have previously managed a $200 million account for a hedge fund in London. I'm regularly interviewed on British television, financial programs, and also at investor shows for my views on the markets. I also lecture at Middlesex University in London for their degree in finance. And I am the co-founder of the London Trading Institute. Now, before we dive into the presentation, I just want to share with you that I'm no genius. For years, I actually struggled to be a success at trading. I found it one of the most challenging things that I've ever had to go through. You see, back when I started, I didn't understand that there was a blueprint to succeeding at trading. I thought, if you were smart enough, if you did well at school, if you generally were successful at what you did, that you could just transition over to trading. But it requires a completely different way of thinking. And for those that have been in the markets for a little while, you will know exactly what I mean. And for those that are beginners, you won't know exactly what I mean, but just trust me when I say you need to have a complete different mindset to succeed at trading. See, back then I was shooting in the dark. I didn't have a plan. And the reality was I was struggling to be consistent. So sometimes I would make money. Sometimes I would lose money. Sometimes I would make money. Sometimes I would lose money. And there was just no consistency. And, one of my big goals was to leave my job, like to do this for a living, to do something that I enjoyed. And obviously, if you're going to rely on something to trade and make a living and to pay your bills, you need to have consistency. You need to be reliable. And it wasn't for a long time for me. But I did get my lucky break in 2004. So you can see me there, a very young version of me. That is on the city trading floor in Moorgate. And this is where I got my first opportunity to basically trade on a real trading floor. And that was my view. It was an amazing, amazing experience. Basically, in that position, I found my mentor who taught me the insider secrets of trading like a bank. From here, I went on to make my first six-figure trade in FX, where I made $123,380. Just to be transparent, all that money didn't go in my pocket, but I got a very nice commission for it. And then experienced my first seven-figure day, netting just over $1.5 million. Essentially, I had cracked the code. I knew exactly how to make money, and it was just a process that I could just follow and repeat over and over again. And everything was almost perfect. I was literally having the time of my life, going out, enjoying myself, and essentially really kind of living the dream for many people. But there was one problem. I was working 15 hours a day and I was exhausted. And the reality was I never stopped thinking about the markets. It was continuous. And also, like, it just wasn't sustainable for me. So I made the decision that I could just do this on my own. I could do this on my own. I'd save some money up. And I thought I could just leave the trading floors and basically put money into a trading account and just trade from home and have that kind of freedom. So that's what I did. And for the first 2 months, it went great. Okay, I basically put in everything that I'd saved over this time. And it was a significant amount because I was doing well and I was earning a good salary and I was getting good commissions. And I basically put in £250,000, pretty much everything I had. And I grew that to £400,000 in 2 months. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I'm just literally killing it. But this is where things started to slowly fall apart. I got greedy and overconfident, and I literally blew my account in a very short period of time. And at this point, I was completely at rock bottom and had to start again from zero. And so, the reality is, guys, if you're new to this and you speak to enough professional traders, you'll probably also hear from them that they've had their own financial disasters. And I'm no different. So from greed to overconfidence, I've probably made more mistakes than most traders will ever read about. And it's because of all these bad times, I'm now a much more profitable trader than I ever was before. And also, why I'm in a position where I can coach people, because I know the pitfalls of success and I know the pitfalls of failure. And literally having a mentor I could go to probably saved my career, because I was ready to give it all up. He helped me learn from my mistakes and taught me how to have the right mindset and discipline to make consistent profits over the long term. Fast forward a few years after this big setback, I was headhunted for a position to manage a $200 million trading account and a team of pro traders for a hedge fund in London. I knew I had made it back. And in my mind, I thought I would stay on the institutional path the rest of my career. Then one day, I was asked to teach some of the struggling junior traders how to make more money trading. Initially, this was something that I resisted because I was just focused on making as much money for myself and my family and didn't want any distractions. But then I remembered a promise I'd made to myself to pay it forward one day, just like my mentor did for me. So I agreed. And for the following months, the joy I got from helping the juniors make money uncovered my passion for coaching. And this is the biggest reason why I started the London Trading Institute. So fast forward to today, and because of trading, I of course, I've done other things, but trading has been the major reason for why I live the kind of life that I live now. I now live in my dream house, drive my dream car, and travel the world with my family. I got to marry my soulmate. This lady literally paid for my first ever training in trading 18 years ago, where I had not a penny to my name. And she saw something in me that this might be the right thing for me. And we'd only been dating for literally a few months, but it worked out pretty good. So it was a good investment. And that was the first time I actually did anything to trading. And really, that was down to her believing in me. I now have two beautiful daughters who are 2 and 4, and I get to contribute and make a difference to those that need it most. And I've got my time back. I get to choose when I work and when I don't. And I get to choose what I want to do with my time. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. For the rest of the presentation, I'm going to be sharing the crypto opportunity that is available to you. I believe that correctly trading and investing in cryptocurrencies has the power to create enough wealth, not just for you and your family, but for generations to come. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the crypto formula that I've discovered to make big returns whilst minimizing your risk. This is a really, really fundamental part, guys. It's all well and good making big returns, but it's more important about protecting your account. And this is where my old experience of losing money really comes into play, because I understand the importance of minimizing risk. No matter how good the opportunity is, we must always be focused on risk. And that's something that we really, really, push onto our students. So the reality is crypto is not like other markets. It's not like FX. It's not like stocks. It's not like commodities. So before I could teach crypto trading, I needed to prove my methods could work. So to make it interesting, I set myself a challenge to hit $100,000 profit in 3 months, starting with a 30K account. Quite ambitious, but I thought, well, with the opportunities and the volatility available in crypto, I thought I could do it. And I was really focused on achieving this target. And lo and behold, in 3 months, I blew that target away. And I achieved a result of just over $180,000 of profit from a $30,000 account. Since then, the account has grown to $279,000 from a starting balance of 30K. That's 9.3x in 5 months. Now, what's also crazy is that I've done this risking no more than 2% per trade, trading just 1 to 2 hours per day. Now, 2% for those that are new to trading is a fairly conservative risk amount. Some people would say 1% or 0.5% is a bit safer. Some people would go with 5% because they want to grow the account a bit quicker. I went kind of somewhere in the middle. 2% per trade is what I felt comfortable with, and that's what I've basically managed to do. You can go with less risk or slightly more depending on your risk appetite. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, well, but, what happens, when the market's crashing? What, don't you just lose it all? No. In fact, I've actually continued to grow my account. And despite the recent correction in the market, I was still able to grow my account by hedging, by adding protection, and by shorting, making money on the way down. So in full transparency, I also hold what's called spot positions. They are long-term positions, and those positions I do not touch. So obviously, if the market corrects, then those positions will reduce in value. That's pretty normal. However, this is why what we teach is really, really important, because you need to make money by shorting the market. So when the market's going down, you could be making money. And I'm going to show you some examples of how I've done that. So in fact, I was short Bitcoin from 58,000 before the big drop to 30,000. And I took my profit at 40,000. So I didn't catch it all the way down to 30,000. I came out at 40,000. I was actually thinking, and I posted this in our group, that Bitcoin will probably pull back to between 38 and 40,000. And then I'm going to probably be looking to buy it. Obviously, it dropped a lot further than what I thought. But the point is that I'm pretty happy with that. I made money on the way down whilst everybody else was kind of, freaking out. So you might be wondering, can this work for me if I'm a complete beginner with no experience whatsoever? The simple answer is 100% yes. The amazing thing is that my process is scalable and repeatable and can be modeled by anyone. Another thing you might be wondering is how much money do you need to start trading? As many of my successful students have shown, you can start with as little as $500. So let's take Eleanor Jones, who is one of our students, a busy housewife and novice trader, who basically managed to double her $500 account in the first 14 days. And I know that after proving that this works, I know that she's now funded her account with much more, and she's doing fantastically well in her trading. And this is what she said. She said, I've paid a fortune in university fees that didn't deliver half of the content that this program provided, and his experience is top notch. And I don't think that there's anyone better to be delivering this course. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. And my goal now is to provide financial freedom for my family. So this is a complete beginner. Some of you guys have got some experience, but this is somebody who's completely new and doing absolutely amazing. You can see some of her trades there that she was posting at the time. 123% on one, 50% on Zeal, 30% on ICX. So to profit for the day, £797. Talking like a real pro, like that's nothing. But this person has just started in her career and doing fantastically well. Or take our good friend Tony Da Vinci, ex-military man who turned $500 into almost 4,000, and I know he grew that into even more since those 2 months. We know him as Rocky in our group. So really, really good job from Tony there. Growing a really tiny account steadily up to those levels. Or like total beginner Shadi, who set a target that he achieved way earlier than expected, netting a profit of $20,766.40 in his first month. His starting balance was $10,000. So a really, really great job from Shad as well. Now, guys, hopefully this should be inspiring you to see what is possible when you learn how to do this. So what are we going to learn today, guys? We're going to learn the 4 secrets that I've used to make 600% ROI in just 3 months that my students have also used to get similar results. And guys, just for sticking until the end of the presentation, we're also going to be sending you this video. This video is basically with one of my long-term picks that not really many people are speaking about, and I believe will 100x in the future. So that's our gift for you for sticking until the end. So here are the 4 secrets that we're going to be learning right now. Number 1, market timing. Number 2, borrowing to invest. Number 3, portfolio management. Number 4, coin valuation. These are the 4 core groups, guys, that basically you need to master to be able to get these kinds of returns. So let's start with market timing. What is market timing? Well, it's all it's great to do some research on a cryptocurrency that you believe is a good project. However, if you want to make money and you want to make a lot of money, you have to use tools to identify the best buy and sell points in the markets. And that takes precision and skill, and it makes all of the difference. And I'm going to show you some examples of what a difference it can make. Now, as a general rule, I have a rule of 3. It's vital that we build a wall of confluence to identify key turning point areas in the market. Rule of 3, guys. You'll see an example in a minute. You need to have a minimum of 3 reasons of where to buy or sell. This is just a rule. This cannot be broken. And all of this has to be in a document that you create. Avoid FOMO. What does FOMO mean? For those that are completely new to this, the fear of missing out. As I was just showing with the example before, and I was talking about people that were saying, oh, let's jump into Bitcoin now. Well, no, you have to not fear that you're going to miss out. Stay calm and collected. It's very tempting to want to jump in, but actually you have to use a systematic approach. That is the only way to make consistent money. But in general, you will lose money by just jumping in without a structured plan. Time in the market is critical to your success. So if the market is running away from you, you need to follow a plan of how you're going to get in. Don't buy, for example, when the cryptocurrency is, has shot too far down. Wait for it to come back. We use something called the volume weighted average price, which basically allows us to know if the price is expensive or cheap. So if you have a little look at this white line here, when you're below this white line, it's basically telling us that it's gone down too far and it's probably going to bounce back up. So if you wanted to sell this down and short this market, you would want to wait for it to come back towards this white line. Okay, and you wouldn't really want to be selling it down here, because if you mistime the market, you're going to be sitting in losses, and you're going to be really you're going to be stressed out, and chances are you're going to get emotional and you're going to close your trade way too early. Plus, you're not going to make as much money, because by getting in the right price, you're going to basically, you're going to be able to make a bigger return for the risk that you're taking. Hopefully that makes sense. So guys, here are the tools that I use. This is everything that I pretty much use in crypto specific. So I use trend lines, support resistance, the VWAP, the volume profile, the super trend, stochastic RSI, candle patterns, multiple time frame analysis, order flow, scalping. I do swing trading analysis, range market, trend markets, Heikin-Ashi smooth trend, the coral trend, the moving averages, money flow, momentum squeeze, volume, and Fibonacci. Now, I don't use all of these all the time. Remember, I need 3 reasons to enter a trade, and they have to make sense. I'm going to give you some examples of some of the tools that you can use and where you use them. So let's take Cardano, guys. I'm going to show you how to build a wall of confidence part by part in this case study, so you can understand how you do this professionally. Remember, we need a minimum of 3 reasons. If you have more, then fantastic. So here's an example of a setup that I was looking at. This market, as you can see, is in an uptrend. It's moving up. So generally speaking, the way we define an uptrend is it's making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Now, that's kind of the first indicator. What do we do next? Well, I'm going to use one of my tools here. I'm going to put in a customized moving average, which is acting as really nice support. So you can see as the market has basically, let me see if I've got my little pen here. I think I do. As the market has come back here, it's acted as support. So you might make the conclusion that actually, if it comes back here, right, this could also be a support area. So that's kind of like, but that's only one reason. Okay, so we need more than one reason. So let's play on. We now have something called the super trend. So the super trend, luckily, is it giving us support in a very similar zone. Now, this is what you want to see. You want to see multiple things in a similar zone. So now this is becoming, remember we spoke about that wall of confluence, guys. This is becoming a strong wall of confidence, of confluence. Now, guys, I'm not sure if you're asking any questions. If you are, just bear in mind, we're going to get to the questions right at the end. So Gavin's going to help me kind of collate them. I'm not sure if you're asking questions, but I'm just saying some of you guys may be asking questions. Let's do the next one. So now we have 3. Look at this, guys. Old resistance. So old resistance likes to become future support. That's what we say. Old resistance becomes future support. And look again, guys, right in that block. Brilliant, right? We have a minimum of 3. But if we get more, then it basically is a benefit to us. Let's move on. Now, I've just connected our trend line. So look, we've connected these 2 points. And look again, right in that same block. Right, can you see now, this is becoming a really, really great block. Now, you might be thinking, well, no, I want to jump in here. I want to jump in here because I think it's going to go up and I'm going to miss it. And Cardano is brilliant. Everyone's saying ADA is going to the moon. It's going to be at $10. I want to jump in. Well, if you want to be a professional trader, you don't jump in, right? You can hold this in your spot position, guys. Your long-term positions, that's absolutely fine. But when we're trading, we need to time the market. The price has to come to us. It's got to come in our zone, okay? It's got to come there or there's no trade. And remember, there's lots of opportunities. We don't need to jump in. So here's our buy zone, guys. This is our buy zone. And what you'd ordinarily do is you would then put your buy order there. You'd find a suitable stop. You know, you could go, for example, behind this big block here, right? If you want to be safe, you can maybe put your stop there somewhere. And you'd look for a pullback to buy. So let's play this out and show you what happened. This is what I was hoping for, right? I put my Fibonacci in. The market was going to hopefully come back. Look, this is one of my favorite Fibonacci areas, the 618, which is our 3rd red line here. Okay, that's the most common one. I was hoping it was going to come here and then bounce higher. Let's have a look, because I did actually plan for this trade. I did take this trade and it actually did exactly that. So you can see the market literally came into our box right there perfectly. And then look at the move up. You know, we were not even looking for the market to go that high, but it did. We were looking for a target around here. It ended up doing a little bit more. So this one literally in 24 hours did 67%. So I hope you can see why I've been able to grow my account. If you're getting these kind of moves in 24 hours, you just cannot get that in any other asset class like that. Okay, so if you can be structured in the way that I'm just showing you right now and be patient and wait for those opportunities, you can get these kinds of returns. So the reality is that by using these kinds of tools, I've been able to time the market perfectly, and I've basically been able to get a high return for the risk that I'm taking. Now, of course, when you trade this way, sometimes it's not going to pull back, which is fine. But as traders, the most important metric, as I always say, is your account growing? Are you making money? That's the most important thing. If you miss some trades, you miss some trades. But when you are in those trades, are you winning? That's the only thing that really matters. And, to do that, you've got to follow rules, create the structure, and that is the basis for consistent profits. And it is critical to use the right tools with the correct strategy to maximize your profit potential and avoid hype, FOMO, and stress when trading. You should never be stressed. You should never have doubts when you're trading. Everything should be done in a structured manner, and you're going to be very, very successful. So guys, this is one of the posts that I posted. This was a momentum setup, slightly different. So with momentum setups, you're not waiting for pullbacks. You're actually going with the price, okay, with momentum. So I use different tools, as you can see. So I do use the super trend, but this one I use the coral trend. I use volume. I use the money flow, and I use the Hakanashi. These are the best tools to use when you're playing momentum. I was basically posting this in our private Facebook group, and pretty much straight after this moved up very, very quickly for a 30% gain. Somebody was asking me today in our group about, breakouts, if they work. They work really well in cryptos, not so much in other asset classes, but in cryptos, breakouts work really, really well, these types of trades. Now, let's show you an example of another type of trade where we short the market. Now, this one is an example where I went short Ripple. Now, Ripple is one of the ones that I actually have done really, really well buying it for the long term. But when I see an opportunity to make money, it doesn't really matter to me whether I'm going short, so selling the market, or whether I'm going long, buying the market. So let's have a look here. So this market basically was hitting a resistance line, a white line, okay? And we had the stochastic RSI overbought. So overbought. So when it goes kind of above this 80 area, we're looking for the market to basically come down. So we had two signals there. And then with this one, I actually used order flow. Order flow is very, very powerful in cryptos. This is basically telling us where the orders are in the market. So imagine you can see ahead of time where the big orders are in the market. You know, where are people selling? Literally, you can see it. And if it matches exactly what you're looking at from the technicals, you literally have a superpower. So I'm going to show you how this works and what I did here. So remember, I looked at 134.60. That's where I wanted to sell. And I went and looked at the order flow, guys, and have a look here, guys. Look, this was telling me at 135 here that there was 2.25 million sell orders for Ripple, literally in the market right now. And you can see it with this big sort of red and orange color. And then, you know, we had a little bit of selling at 134, but most of the selling was here. This was a massive sell order. So what did I do? Well, I literally, as I said, excuse me, went in just before it. So I got in here, right? So, and because you don't want to be putting in your sell order here, because then you're going to literally have to have all these sell orders go through before you can get filled. It's kind of a first come, first serve basis. So we just go to the lower price, we sell it here, and then we look for the market to go down. And look, and then place your stop somewhere really safe. So what did I do? I think I placed it somewhere here. I'll show you. I've got a screenshot. So behind this big block, behind this, I think as well. And then look, there's no other blocks. You can see here, like that's what. So the oranges are the orange and red is where the blocks are. Other than that, it's clear. So there's no liquidity. The market was very likely to drop. So let's have a look at the exact setup and what I did. So here's what I did, guys. My stop was at 136.50. So as I said, behind that 136 level. So I had a nice block of protection. I got in at 134.60 and I was risking $141. That's it, to make $1,047. So sometimes you guys might be thinking, wow, like he must be risking a lot to make those kind of returns. No, not at all. You know, sometimes my trades are this small. So it's 141 risk with 1,047 target. Now, I asked this question, guys. Type in a yes in the chat box. Who would be happy, seriously, to risk $141 to make over $1,000? Not only that, in a high probability situation where you've got the technicals telling you the same thing as the order flow, it's high probability and extremely low risk for a very good reward. I think most of you will probably be saying yes. Now, what's great about this kind of trading, what I love about this kind of trading, and it's similar to how I trade FX, is that the markets normally turn immediately. So, you know, like if you get into a trade and the market's going up and down and you don't know, you're in profit, you're in loss, and you start to have those doubts. Those are the worst, right? It really messes with your psychology. Well, with this strategy, it doesn't really happen very often. And if it does, it probably means that the trade's not going to work. But the market basically pretty much drops when you get in because you're getting in just before a big wall of selling. And that's what happened. So in the first 5 minutes, I was up $262. Okay, remember, I was only risking 141. So being up $262 in 5 minutes, risking 140. So I was already 150% up. And then eventually I banked $820 in just under 2 hours, risking $141. Now, the market actually went all the way down to the $1,040. To be transparent, I got out and closed it at $820. Why? Because I needed to go to bed. It's really that simple. It was my bedtime and I didn't want to stay up any longer, and I didn't want to risk, this was a day trade, I didn't want to risk the market reversing. Had I left it, yes, my $1,040 would have been hit. But, you know, you've got to think about risk, guys. Like, what if I'd woken up the next morning and seen that the market had reversed and gone and stopped me out, and I took a loss of 141, having been up 820? It didn't make any sense. So that's why you've got to make these decisions, you know, with risk involved and not thinking about, you know, the greedy side. So using the right tools gives you quick profits with low risk. And this is really critical to avoid unnecessary drawdown, as I said, and what the crypto family call weak hands. Right, guys, let's move on to the second part. Borrowing to invest. So what do we mean here? Margin trading. Margin trading can allow you to 10x or even 100x your investment when done correctly. But guys, you must do it in the right market environment. This is really, really key. You have to know when to margin. So would you borrow money at 5% interest if you could make 300% back? For some reason, people have an issue with borrowing. But actually, you know, borrowing makes a lot of sense. You know, it works in all types of things. Like when you buy a property, for example, you're borrowing money most of the time. It makes sense. You borrow money, you pay the interest, but you know that the growth is going to be much, much higher. So let's take an example here, because this is maybe something that you're looking at doing, even for the long term. What if you want to buy Bitcoin, right? What if you've got some money to invest and you just want to buy Bitcoin for the long term? So let's say you've got $10,000 to invest and you want to buy Bitcoin at 40K, right? So it's roughly about 40K at the moment, just under. So if you put 10K in, you would get 0.25 Bitcoins, okay, for your 10K, a quarter of 40K basically. And let's say you think it's going to get to 100K. So if you hold this and it gets to 100K, basically you would stand to make $15,000, right? Having invested just 10, which is great, right? It's 150% return. Where else are you going to get that kind of return? So that's not bad at all. But this is cryptos. So what if you used your 10K to borrow just 3 times your capital? So not high risk, not going crazy where we're going to risk losing our money, just 3 times our capital. How does it work? Well, you do the same amount of work, same trade, but the difference, more profit. Same target, 100K, but this time we make $45,000 instead of just 15. So you make 4.5x, and the risk is still extremely low. Of course, there is a little bit more risk, because for you to lose money on the previous example, Bitcoin needs to go to 0. This is not the case with margin trading, but if you do this correctly, you'll identify areas where it's highly, highly improbable that Bitcoin's ever going to reach, and you can do this using margin. So doing exactly the same thing, but by borrowing the money using margin, which you can do on most big exchanges. We use Binance. You can basically achieve the same result with the same analysis and same work. Really that simple. Okay, so it's just basically being able to have more buying power, because there's only so much dollars that you have. And so using margin can be a great way to increase your account fast. But warning, guys, only trade with margin once you fully understand how to make it work for you and avoid liquidation. The one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be margin trading, right? Especially if where you can margin trade, but don't go to the extreme of margin trading when the market is going the other way. Because if you margin trade and you're buying against a falling market, in cryptos, it can be very dangerous and you could be liquidated. So I'm just giving you that warning. You have to know what you're doing and you have to do it in the right conditions. If you do it in the right conditions, you're going to grow your account very, very fast, which is basically what I've done. Now, secret number 3 is portfolio management. This is a real key component for really high growth in your account. Now, you can do this without this, but when you have portfolio management in, your account can grow really, really fast. So what is it? Well, it's the process of identifying the best place for your money to work hardest for you right now. Okay. So correct capital allocation leads to more profits and less drawdown. It is fundamental to how I've grown my account so fast. And basically, it is the principle of moving funds from one crypto to another. It also involves knowing when to move funds into cash, when to be long, and when to be short. So sometimes you need to be short the market. You need to close your long margin trades and go short the market. That's what I did when I saw Bitcoin might be topping. Okay. And that's what I was saying to our group. And I made money whilst Bitcoin was going down. As I said, my long-term portfolio did reduce in value, but I was making money on Bitcoin, so that didn't affect my overall account. Sometimes also you need to know when to short, when to go long, when to be in cash. Now, the reality is, guys, if you know this term opportunity cost, when you're holding on to a coin, it has an opportunity cost. And I want to give you an example here. So if your money is tied up in ADA in the first 3 weeks of April, you've basically made 5%. However, if your money was moved over into Ripple XRP, you've made 147% in the same period. Big difference, right? So you have to know where it's a good idea to hold one crypto over another, because we have limited amount of resources. So I want to give you, this is a screenshot of me buying Ripple at 52 cents. And literally, it's just come back to 52 cents. So I've just bought 52 cents again off this drop. But anyway, that's a side story. So now Ripple comes to, I bought an average price 52 cents, and 3 weeks later, it was trading at $1.60. Now, what does that look like? Well, that was a profit for me of $36,526 in 3 weeks using none of my own money. How did I do that? Simple. I borrowed the dollars from the exchange. That's how crypto is. Okay, you don't need to go to a bank and ask for a loan or any of those things. You can borrow. So if you've got some equity in your account and you've got some holdings, you can borrow off those holdings. And that's what I did. And check this out, guys. I literally, this is amazing. I literally paid $57.58 of interest, and I made $36,526 on this trade. And guys, of course, there was some risk, because if the market had gone down, I would have made a small loss, because I basically put a protective stop into the account. And that's what we talk about risk management. So everything is risk managed. But the reality is that I saw an opportunity. I borrowed the money, I paid the interest, and I made over 36 grand in 3 weeks on that trade. I think most of you would be happy to pay $57 of interest to make over 36K. Right, guys, the next one, final one, secret number 4, coin valuation. So how do you know if a crypto is cheap or expensive? Well, firstly, you want to avoid hype and FOMO. The worst culprits are Twitter and the Facebook groups, so don't trade off tips without proper knowledge. So here's a question for you guys. Which is more expensive? So you can type it out, guys, if you like. I'm going to give you the answer in a second. Is it Stellar XLM at 57 cents here? Or is it Bitcoin Cash, BCH, at $666? I think most of you will probably be guessing. Let's see if there are any guesses. I don't know, actually see in the chat here. But I can definitely give you guys a minute if you want to have a guess. Which is more expensive? Well, if you said XLM, then you are correct. If you said Bitcoin Cash, then you're incorrect. So why is that? Because how you measure expensive or cheap is not by price. It is by market capitalization. Market cap gives you an apple versus apple comparison. So let's have a look at the definition of market cap. For a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, market capitalization or market cap is the total value of all the coins that have been mined. It's calculated by multiplying the number of coins in circulation by the current market price of a single coin. And that's how you can compare cryptos. Circulating supply is also another indicator of potential growth. Because for those that studied economics, I understand basic economics theory. Basically, if supply is fixed and there's no more supply coming into the market and demand continues to come in for the crypto, the price can only go up. Okay, so once supply is basically maxed, that's it. There's no more coins coming in circulation. So unless people stop buying it, it's going to go up, right? So you have to understand what the circulated supply is. And so guys, if you go to coinmarketcap.com, you'll be able to, I'm pretty sure it's coinmarketcap.com, just had a brain freeze there. You'll be able to get all of this information. So here's the definition of circulated supply. The term circulated supply refers to the number of cryptocurrency coins or tokens that are publicly available and circulating in the market. For example, the circulated supply of Bitcoin will gradually increase until the max supply of 21 million coins is reached. And once that hits 21 million, essentially, there's no looking back for Bitcoin. Now, in general, these are the rules. Low market cap cryptos offer the highest potential for growth. So if you're looking for a 100x, 1000x, 10,000x coin, you don't want to invest too much. They are higher risk, but you want to go for low market cap ones because they have the potential to grow a lot. And low supply will help increase the price. You want to look at the circulated supply. And as I said, if you go to CoinMarketCap, you'll be able to get all of that information. Now, guys, let me show you this screenshot here. It's just quite an interesting way of looking at things. So this one is the non-fungible token category. And what I like about this is that it shows you basically the leaders in each category. So if you want to buy an NFT token, then you might want to look at the market cap of the leader and then look at the coin that you're interested in. Because what's that going to do? It's going to give you an idea of how much it can grow. So take Theta here. You can see this is the market cap, okay, 11.9 billion there. And then we had 1.3 billion here. So this is basically approximately 10 times bigger than this cryptocurrency here. So why does that matter? Well, if you want to kind of invest in this and you don't, cryptos are quite new. So you don't know essentially how big the market cap can be. Well, you know that the market leader is here. So if you invest in this one, you know that this one can at least get to that. It's possible. So that's kind of how you get an idea of what it can do. Compare it to the number one. And that can be like your minimum, like, well, okay, if Theta's there, it means that this one can at least 10x. So if you take another example, or something a lot lower, something like Centric, for example, which is, a really, really tiny market cap. Compare that to Theta. If this one is high risk. This one could be, it's number 78 in this category. It could disappear. But why have people become millionaires from like $100 investments? It's because they bought things like this. Okay, if they got lucky and you buy Centric and suddenly it becomes in the top 5 or top 3 of this category, a really small investment can turn into something huge. This has got the potential to do 1,628x just based off what the leader is doing. That's not even the total potential. So $1,000 investment can become 1.628 million, but actually it could even become more. So I'm not saying, by the way, to go and invest in Centric or any of that, but I'm just saying that's how you identify potential. Okay, not on price, because sometimes people think, oh, it's 1 cent or 2 cents, therefore let me buy it. Maybe it's going to be 2,000 one day. No, that's not how it works. You need to look at the market cap. So, guys, I've covered a huge amount with my dodgy voice in a very short period of time. So I hope you can already see what is possible and how quickly you can succeed once you have a proven blueprint. So mastering these 4 things gives you a clear path to building sustainable wealth and impact. We have been trained to believe that you have to work hard and do the hours in order to get remunerated, but this is old school thinking. All successful people understand that the quickest way to success is to follow a proven blueprint and to leverage other people's knowledge. And that's why I created this 3-month crypto training program that I'd like to share with you guys right now. So this course is going to be showing you how to reach your goals and how to accelerate and amplify your current income. If you want to build this hands-on together, we're positive we can help you get the results you want quickly. So here's some more testimonials from some of our happy clients. In my first month of trading cryptos, I started with $10,000 and have already doubled my account to just over $20,000. Most of it has come purely from what you've shown us in the program of how to identify undervalued coins that are likely to go up in value, so I bought them at spot. Now I'm looking to implement the margin strategies that you teach, because I have done this during my first month, then I could have been up an extra 3 or 5 times the amount that I've already made with no extra work required. Exactly what we were saying before in the example with Bitcoin. I'm currently in my second month on the program and have to say that all the hard work is paying off, as yesterday I made $8,058.48 profit in one day. Julie, thank you, Andy Damey. I have to admit that my confidence in trading started to improve as soon as I started sharing my ideas and practicing more. I've now moved from making loss to making 70% in profits in the last 2 days. Looking forward to many more days like these. Lauren White, I just had another rather big moment. I set the goal of earning my first $500 within 2 weeks. Well, I smashed that target and ended up tripling my account within the first 2 weeks, all with $30 risk per trade and whilst working a full-time job. Neil D, to be honest, when I first heard about Andy, I was unsure, maybe because of the fact that there's a lot of scammers out there. But then I watched the videos, I joined the group, it's not that expensive, and I slowly started to have confidence. In 2 weeks, I'm up £2,000. So most of the time, guys, the thing that stops us is fear. False evidence appearing real. So I've done what I've said I was going to do and delivered everything I promised. Now you have a choice of whether you want to get my help, get the team's help to build this step by step in an organized manner, or whether you want to try and do it all on your own. So the harder, slow way, spending countless hours with trial and error, wasting time and money trying to find a formula that works, or the easier, faster way, having a proven roadmap to follow from someone who has been where you want to go and offers the smartest and quickest way to succeed. I'm confident we can definitely accelerate your learning, guys, and start getting your results like many of our students have had. Now, it's important to know at this point that this is not a magic get-rich-quick scheme. It's a viable way for you to succeed. It's a vehicle, and it's something that I believe is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity right now to trade and learn how to do this in what I think is the future of money. So what is it going to give you? More time, more money, more time with your family, more freedom, anything you want to do, travel, adventure, whatever is your goal, it can be a reality. And I really firmly believe, I've seen it happen to so many people now becoming millionaires by trading and investing in cryptos. And I think, guys, right now, even on this dip right now, this is one of the best opportunities to get involved, both from an investment point of view, but also from a trading point of view, because there's so much volatility and so much money that you can make. So guys, I'm going to take 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to share with you the Crypto Like a Pro trading system opportunity. And then, as Gavin said, we will stay behind and answer any of your questions about anything that I've covered tonight, anything about the program, or just anything in general that you want to ask us. And also maybe just why Gavin is wearing a onesie. That's a good question that somebody might want to ask. So let's go into the Crypto Like a Pro trading system, guys. Here is everything that you're going to get. Firstly, you're going to get a mixture of live and online based training to help you get an edge when trading cryptos. You're going to see how I professionally manage my crypto portfolio to maximize long and short-term returns. You're going to learn how to spot key buy and sell zones so that you can catch turning points before everyone else. In the first phase, we're going to learn my exact methodology for tracking and trading over 50 crypto coins at a time with ease, spending less than 1 hour a day screen time. You're going to discover my momentum strategy to trade cryptos that are ready to rip higher or lower. You're going to identify my risk and trade management strategy using volume profile and VWAP to maximize ROI. In the second phase, you're going to get live weekly coaching and group mentoring to review everything that's happened over the past week to accelerate your learning. Not stopping there, you'll also get weekly analysis to show you what we should be expecting from the markets and what trade setups that I'll be using. So kind of like what we just showed you there with Ethereum, that's just kind of touching the surface. I'll be informing you when things are moving, when there's opportunities. It's all part of the program. You'll also be getting my trade ideas and support via our exclusive Elite Crypto Traders Club, which will be run privately on Facebook. So guys, here's some highlights of the course. You're going to identify how to identify hot opportunity signals to get in before the crowd, money and risk management, trading strategies to tackle 3 market phases: momentum, reversal, consolidation, how to manage your portfolio to make the most of the compound effect, how to use leverage correctly to get rapid account growth, the mean reversion strategies, best crypto indicator combos, and multiple time frame analysis, how to use order flow to identify key areas of demand and supply to get the best entries and stop placements, how you can spend less time in front of the screen and never overpay for a coin, how to swing trade to catch big moves with less screen time, less than 60 minutes needed, how to day trade to be able to catch more moves in both up and down markets. Guys, it's a lot. You're going to be learning a tremendous amount. So you'll also get 3 hours live market analysis with me. So this is where you apply in real time exactly what you are learning throughout the Crypto Like a Pro program. This is a favorite for our students. Okay, they enjoy doing this, and a lot of them do take trades on with me on the session, and some have paid for their program just on this 3 hour session. So this is going to basically the first one, guys. If you want to write it down, 10th of July, between 3 and 6 p.m. Australian time, and that is 6 a.m. UK time. That's a Saturday, so it's a bit of an early start, but it means that you have the whole Saturday back to yourself. So we'll do 6 till 9 in the morning UK time, and 3 to 6 Australian time, depending where you are in the world. And I don't have any other time zones. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. And this is literally a weekly breakdown of my market analysis, and together we'll go hunting for trading opportunities using what you've been learning on the program. So this is great. Everything you've been learning, you'll be seeing me doing it in action live. You'll also get your Q&A coaching sessions. These are important, guys. 7th of July, 14th of July. These ones are essentially there to help you get through any questions that you have, anything you're struggling with. Now, remember, you do have the private group as well. This here is just for a bit of coaching. So if you've got general questions, you can always ask them at any time in the group. But this is like, when you need to be coached on something that you're not understanding and you need my coaching. That's what this is for. You'll also receive online recordings of all the Crypto Live training from Crypto Like a Pro. Now you can go back through any part of the Crypto Like a Pro training system whenever you like, in order to keep increasing your knowledge and solidify all of the skills that you've learned during your training. 3 months VIP group membership here. I will post some of my crypto trades and market analysis at both the start and middle of the week. Each student will also learn and share their results as you continue to implement the trading system. That's one of the great things about this group, guys. It's a really, really nice, tight-knit unit group that is there to help. Everybody's sharing trade ideas and supporting each other, and basically keeping you accountable, and also dealing with like setbacks. All of that stuff is important. Your network is everything. There's a saying that says your network is your net worth. I really believe that. You want to be surrounded by like-minded winners. You'll also get your crypto trade tracker sheet, guys. So this is where you can be organized, tracking all of your trades to basically learn where you are doing things well and where you are doing things badly, so you can improve. This is going to be crucial to your success. This is included in your program. So guys, in summary, during the 3 months VIP group membership, not only will I personally show you how I fish, but I will also teach you how to fish for yourself. This is important, guys. You don't want to be relying on me for the rest of your life to trade and make money. You need to learn to fish for yourself. This is why I'm limiting the number of people, guys. So for this intake, we're going to have a maximum of 50 that will be joining us, and then we'll be closing this down until another point where we can reopen it. But right now, we will take on the next 50 people because we have a limited amount of people we can support. We know the first 2-3 weeks, you're going to need a lot of support. And so if you're keen, I would kind of act quickly. And guys, if somebody could post the link in the group shortly, that would be great. I'll also be giving you a link where you can register for this. Now, guys, one of the things that we kind of had feedback on is like, what if I'm a complete beginner? What if I don't even know what a chart is, or what a trend line is, what a candle is? I don't even know any of this stuff. What is it? Well, what we could have done is we could have made the Crypto Like a Pro beginners program and then a Crypto Like a Pro advanced program and charge you double the price. But we're not those. We didn't want to do that, basically. So what we did was I created a beginners program that covers all the basics. So setting up your charts, understanding what trend lines are, support, resistance, indicator, chart patterns, just all the basics. And then we've given you advanced training in cryptos. So you've got basically everything in one program. Okay. And that's basically included in your program. And also, this is for anybody acting in the next 48 hours. You'll also get the extra special bonus of my crypto hot list. So this is all my research of the cryptos that I'm holding long term. You're going to get basically every single one in this document. So guys, we are nearly at that stage. This is your decision time. This is everything you get. You get the Crypto Like a Pro system, 3 hours of live training analysis, 2 weeks live Q&A and coaching, all live training recordings, 3 months VIP group support, the Crypto Trader Tracker Sheet, and the Beginner Bonus Program, and my complete crypto hot list for $1,797. For those that are in the UK, that is about £1,299, I believe. That's what Mr. Gavin Orlando told me. If he's lying, blame him, but that's what he told me. So we can do the exchange rate, but that's roughly should be correct. So guys, also we have got a payment plan if you need it. So you can do $1,797 today, or you can do 3 payments of $697. And guys, just to be, in case you have, in case this program isn't right for you and you're not sure, you're on the fence, we also give you 14 days to check it out. And then basically, if it's not for you, you can just contact us and we'll give you your money back. No questions asked. We always appreciate feedback. So if you did get to that place, we haven't had really, touch wood, very, very few situations, and they've been very personal situations. Most people don't want their money back because they see how good the program is. But, if it, just in case it's not right for you, and also in case you have any doubts, you have this ironclad guarantee that if you change your mind, you're going to get access to everything, guys. We're not going to drip feed you anything. You're going to get access to everything, but you just tell us within 14 days, look, actually, do you know what? It's not for me. It's not for me. No problem. Your money will be returned. Thank you for trying this. It's really that simple. We're very transparent, very easygoing about that. So guys, this is the final piece, one extra bonus for tonight. I'm going to be doubling basically the training, the live training. So instead of 3 hours, we're now giving you an extra 3 hours on the 24th of July. And also 2 extra live coaching Q&A sessions on the 21st and 28th. So we're basically doubling up the offer on this presentation for the next 48 hours. So you get 6 hours of live market analysis with me and 4 weeks live Q&A and trading support. And remember, guys, you will always continue to get your support within the group as well. So guys, that is a total value of $14,770 for just $1,797. If somebody could post a link in the group and people can just go in and register. We'll take some questions, of course. And guys, just to be kind of clear, as we said, 50 signups, 48 hours, and then the price goes back up to the normal retail price of $2,797. And the guys have been instructed, this is a very, very strict rule. After the 48 hours, we can't give you that price. So please don't ask us. We won't be able to do it. So if you want to join us on this quest, then this is the time to do it to get that great price and those extra things. So let me just talk about a few more of the other results some of my crypto students have been getting. So Fred Martin here, here's some screenshots of fun in our group. So the trade on Chili's was a bit conservative on my take profit. I didn't reach the full potential of what could have been made. I've now made back the cost of the course in my first week of crypto trading. Awesome. And then Julie says here, hi, Andy Demi, crypto course will be fully paid in a bit. 467 bagged, ching. Here's some more of my students, guys. This is when we were allowed to be this close back in 2019, before we knew what coronavirus meant. Never heard of that term, but there you go. We look so innocent there. Now, you wouldn't even do that. But on a serious note, Rob Walsh, real great success story with Rob. And again, this is good for inspiration. That's why we put it here. So here's what he did. He says, I took a 3-month in-house course with Andy in April 2019. I took a massive risk by leaving my job and investing a lot of money. A year down the line, I now have multiple streams of income, flexibility to trade whenever I want, and the knowledge to and practice to only need to spend 20 to 30 minutes a day on the charts. Andy's course gave me all the tools and knowledge I needed to succeed, and that combined with the endless hours I spent reviewing the charts and trading demo accounts, I'm pleased to be able to share that I'm trading multiple 5-figure accounts. I've increased my income significantly, had a 5-figure month in December, perfectly in time for Christmas, and I'm now on my way to trading 6-figure account and going full time. And I've Andy to thank for it all. And he is now trading full time. He's doing exceptionally well, doing really, really well. Some more testimonials here, guys. Saulo Rodriguez, trading with the OTR rules has finally allowed me to get profitable after so many years of trying by myself. Saulo came from Brazil to study with us. And Thomas Hall, London Trading Institute, provides the perfect framework for aspiring traders, teaching you real actionable strategies. After doing the career course, I've gone on to become a full-time trader. Results guaranteed. Join me today, and if you go through my training and don't believe that you can stay committed to learning and applying these trading techniques, then simply let me know within 14 days of purchase, and I will 100% return your investment, as we said before, no questions asked. I promise this course works if you will. So guys, here's the link. If you haven't seen it in the chat, it should have been posted in the chat. You have the option now to go back to normal, or you can make this a real defining moment. I firmly believe what we are teaching right now it's a game changer. And if you're serious about doing this and it's right in front of you and you see the opportunity, I wouldn't hesitate, especially with the fact that we have a money back guarantee. So you need to go to traffic.londontradinginstitute.com/crypto-events, or if the guys have kindly posted the link, just click on the link and that will take you directly there. All right, guys. Gavin, you can jump in. Did you post the link, mate? Let me know, and then let's take some questions, guys. Happy to stay around. I've not got access to the questions, but I'm happy to get Gavin to share those questions with me.
Awesome. Yeah, I've posted the link. Peter was really keen a while ago. He was saying, how can I join? So I've posted the link for everybody. It's in the chat section. So if you know you want to do this straight away, then just go straight in and go to the order form and secure the webinar bonuses. If you've got any questions, post them in the chat now, and we will go through. We will go through them. So just going through the questions now. I guess as you guys are typing in the questions, the main question that I get asked, and we all get asked a lot, is when people say, I don't have much time, what would you advise? And sometimes if they come on the program, they look at all the training and they freak out and they go, oh my God, how am I going to get through all of this? So what would you say to people that are in that position?
Sure. Just realized I'm quite dark here.
You are.
It was bright.
Quite moody. Quite moody.
Moody? Not moody. Time. Yeah, time. Look, one thing I've realized with time, firstly, you don't need a lot of time if you're organized. You just need to, if you can find consistently 30 to 40 minutes a day, that's enough. If you can do a little bit more, it's better. I'm not going to say it's not, but the most important thing is consistency. And most people can find that time. It's just waking up a little bit earlier. Trust me, you know my schedule, Gavin. My schedule is crazy. I wake up 3-4 times in the night with babies crying. I'm up early trading. I'm up doing my coaching videos. I'm doing this and that. I'm doing a million things. I could easily say I've got no time. Absolutely. But you simply schedule it in and you get organized. We can help you with that. We can help you. There's some things that I can suggest, but basically use a calendar, stick it in your calendar and be consistent. Everybody can find 30 minutes. And you know what's going to happen? When you find 30 minutes and you realize how addictive and how much you love doing this, you'll find an hour. 100% about that. So, time is a big one, but you don't need a lot of time basically. By being organized And you know, actually a lot of the work that we do is preparing and setting up, you know, alerts. So that's one of the big jobs, and that's kind of like a one-off job. And once those alerts are in, well, essentially you're now you're just waiting for the alerts to pop up, and you put orders in, and that's it. So yeah, time shouldn't be a problem.
And I think when people actually get into the program, the feedback is that it's actually, the content is about 4.5 hours, but we've broken it down into segments to give you specific areas to make it clear. The old way of doing things was like, you would just sit through a PowerPoint and someone would be blah, blah, blah. And like Eleanor said in her testimonial, you know, she's paid thousands for university courses. And this was like next level, because what we've done is the cutting edge way of learning. So whether you're visual or auditory or both, you are over Andy's shoulder. So you get to see his screen. He's teaching from his screen like this. There's a little camera of him, but everything is focused on his screen, and you're literally just following what he's doing. And in 4.5 hours, you can be through the program. Now, you're not going to be a professional trader in 4.5 hours. Let's get that straight. But what you will do is you will build momentum, and you'll be ready to start looking at the markets in a totally different way. I knew nothing about cryptos before I came on. I've had an amazing journey with cryptos. And for me, playing around with the trading side, the day trading side, alerts going off all through the night, is a certain type of personality. Doesn't quite fit my personality type. But what I love is looking for undervalued coins and investing in them early, and understanding when people are talking BS in the markets, and where I'm getting good value. So for me, like Andy said, this is the future of money. You know, if you're totally new to cryptos, this is an amazing time. Like before, having these types of returns, percentage returns per month, per year, or per day, it was reserved for a special or elite kind of social class. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. Everything's becoming decentralized. Everything's being opened up for us to take advantage of, if we can break free of the chains. And I, for one, I'm really happy to be a part of that kind of mini revolution. So we're going to get to the questions. People are saying they can't see the link. I've posted it a few times. Just let me know that you can see the link. Emil is saying, what? You can see it?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, but if you want to go direct,
I can't see you. You're making all this money, mate, and you can't even afford to pay for the electricity bill. Put the light on, you tight git.
No.
There we go.
What?
You look younger like that, mate. You look younger. It's good lighting. So Emil is saying, what are the payment plans?
Yep. So the payment plan is $697. I can't remember what the equivalent is. Yeah, 3 times $697. Basically, that's your payment plan. So yeah, when you go to the link, you go to this site, you'll basically be you'll be given both options there.
And just to clarify, like anything, you're going to get the best deal if you pay in full on the first price. But if you want to do the payment plans, then we're helping people out at the moment with that. So we've done 3 monthly payments. Natalia, thanks for your message. She's saying, how many lessons in August, please? Can you go back to the live training itinerary? When you come on board, you will get this, and you'll get email alerts as well. But we'll just go through it now.
Yeah, so these are the dates for the live training now. The August ones have not been set yet, but they pretty much generally mirror those. So these are the ones that are available for this program. But if you can't make them, we can speak to you about joining the next, potentially joining the other sessions that we run, right?
Yeah, if you want to commit and lock it in and know that you're going to have these times, then we can work out the dates with you. It will be similar to this though. So you're going to get, if you come on with the bonuses when they're still valid, you're going to get 2 sessions plus 2 bonus sessions of the Q&As, and you'll get 6 hours instead of 3 hours trading the markets with Andy. And just to clarify just explain why are we doing that? Why are we setting a time limit of 48 hours? Like what's the point of that apart from just being mean or just trying to sell? I think if you're thinking that, you're missing the point. So do you just want to clarify that?
No, I mean, and well, firstly, we're not really, we want to encourage people to, to make a difference in their lives. And sometimes you've got to take action. And, the reality is, we're very much in our heads. We all are. It's just being human. And it's very easy to rationalize why something's not a good idea. And so, sometimes having that limit gives your, people generally work better. They can say like, okay, well, I've got this amount of time. There's no point dwelling on something. 48 hours is more than enough time to make a decision, especially as we're here answering any questions. So once we've answered your questions, you see an opportunity, there's a money back guarantee. What reason would there be for you not to do it? I guess would be the question. You do it, you try it, you see the opportunity, and if it's not for you, then you've got that kind of no risk situation. But the 48 hours essentially helps you make a faster decision. And we like to reward people that can make quick decisions. It's like it amazes me actually, like this is absolutely true. I've seen it many, many times. The people that can make quick decisions make the best traders. They really do. Like it really is. It's like when there's an opportunity in the market, if you don't dwell, you see the opportunity, you take the opportunity. It's there. There's no overthinking. And sometimes, we humans can be guilty of overthinking. So I think it's a nice bonus for people that take it on. And if you're naturally somebody that does overthink, this is your opportunity to not overthink, make a decision, and hopefully you make the right decision to join us.
Thanks for that, Mohammed and Anthony. They're asking for the link. Hopefully you can see it now. I've posted it a few times. If not, let us know and we can send it to you. If not, guys,
just type it here: traffic.londontradinginstitute.com/crypto-events. By the way, I did ask for a very short URL, so it's nice and easy for people. And this is what the marketing team sent us. So I think we need to talk to them. This is not exactly what I had in mind.
Exactly that. Nick saying your package is excellent value for money. Thank you for that, Nick. And thank you for your time. Mohammed saying definitely wants to join up. A question from Lorna Clark. I'm about to pay for your Forex training with you, but which course would you recommend to do first, crypto or Forex? I am a total beginner. This is a really good question because we get asked this quite a lot as well. So yeah, what would you say to that, mate?
Well, if you can do both, but if it's just the choice between one or the other, FX is a slower market. Crypto is, in my opinion, as I said, the future. The crypto course is a little bit more advanced than the FX course, but we do try and bridge that gap by providing the bonus learning, and we found that the beginners were absolutely fine most of the time. So the majority of the time, the beginners have been absolutely fine with the crypto. But I would say the FX one is easier to learn as a complete beginner.
And that's from a professional. So I can give you my opinion is something.
I'll get the light while you talk.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, the feedback from me is that I did some trading like 10 years ago, was not very consistent. I just did spread betting and got a little bit lucky and yeah, just didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I've gone away and set up some businesses, and I realize now it's definitely a part of my lifestyle that I want. I love business. I love creating businesses and doing things like that, but you can choose how you spend your time doing it. I've tried and done day trading. I made 83% in 2 days. I got so carried away and got, like Andy was saying before, you get that greed and everybody's going to go through it. And I lost those gains I made in 2 days, I lost in 2 days. So now for me, that's a game that I know I can do, but actually it doesn't fit my personality type, as I've said before. So for me to find the hidden gems and get in at really great prices for projects that I believe in that are going to help the world, for me is what I love to do. I'm actually going back to Forex trading now, which I thought was too slow. A lot of people that do crypto go back to FX with a new set of eyes and they're like, that's really helped improve my entry points for FX. So they complement each other. So if you can do both, you will learn so much and you'll build the foundations. But which one to start first, it really does depend as well on how much budget you've got. A lot of people start with crypto first to make some money. Once they make a decent size bag, as they call it, then they look to take that over to Forex. And then they're going to make more returns. So again, it really does depend on what fits for you. And if you want to reach out to one of the team, we can have a chat. I know Michael said as well, can he give someone a call in the morning to chat before he signs up? Yes, you can. If you call the office line, we'll post it in the link or put it in the Facebook group. You most definitely can speak to us as well. If there's a question that you've got now whilst we're still on, if we can help to answer that and give you some clarity, that's up to you. But Lorna, hopefully that's answered your question from both sides of the gambit, from someone new to this, and obviously from the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Andy Demi. So if you guys have got any more questions, let us know.
I've got a question here, mate. I think we may have answered it for somebody else, but Devrim's asking, how about if we cannot make the July dates? Devrim, you can, we can arrange for you to attend future ones. We run these, we'll run these again. We haven't set anything for definite for August, but whatever you can't make in July, remember you will get access to the program recordings as well. So you will get access to the recordings if you can't attend them live. So it won't be a problem. And if you can't attend live, we'll give you a future date. So that's not a problem. We've done that for other students, so we can arrange that for you as well. Afsal's asking to be sent the link because he cannot see it in his chat.
Okay. Awesome.
And thanks, Nick. Nick saying your package is excellent value for money. I agree. It really is for what you learn.
Great. So if you haven't got any more questions, we're actually going to finish on time, which is a first.
Got a question, Darren. What are the times in the UK for the live Q&A? Great point, actually. It's about, is it 11 a.m.?
Yes, 11 a.m. in the morning. And they will get recorded and posted into your student portal. So if you can't make it live, email your questions ahead of time to the email address for the students, and we will go through your questions. So you'll get the recording and then you'll get the answer. Alternatively, we've got the private Facebook group, which is a really great tool. So you can also post your questions into the Facebook group as and when you get them. You don't have to wait for the weekly Q&A. So there's different ways around it. We've tried to give you as much coverage and as much support as possible. But to answer your question, yes, that's the time. So mid to late morning in the UK time.
Yeah.
Godfrey saying, I missed most of the presentation. Can I see the recording? Yes, you can. We're going to post it on the Facebook group, the Crypto and FX Traders Club. So I don't know how much you have or haven't seen. There, people are saying what great value is. You can be the judge of that in your own specific situation, but there is a 48-hour cutoff point. So the extra bonuses that we're offering, they will be cut after 48 hours. We're very sincere on that. We'll try and help as much as we can, but we're very clear on the 48 hours, because if you want to wait and you can't make a decision, then how are you going to get in? Especially the crypto market is like going from driving a Mini to a Ferrari speed-wise. So if you can't make a decision on this in 48 hours, like Andy said, the guys that go on to do the best in this are the ones that they have a feeling, they know that this is what they want to do. If that's you, great, we'd love to work with you. If you're not sure, you can speak to Ben and Dan in the office tomorrow. They'll be picking up calls and inquiries, and have a chat further and see if it's for you. So that's what I would say. Ben's posted the phone number. Emil is saying, do we pay in dollars or pounds? Because we've got members of the group from all over the world now, we've just used the base international currency, which is USD. So it works out, yeah, whichever currency.
It will just be converted to pounds. So
exactly.
It should be working. Yeah. So when you put in your card details, it should give you the pound equivalent. And Peter's asking the same thing, actually. What is the 3-part payment in pounds?
In pounds, yeah. So it's 697 less about 30% the last time I checked the exchange rate. So
697, isn't it?
Just over 500.
It's about 1.4 at the moment. So
oh, is it? Wow.
It's, so it should be around £497 roughly.
It'll be less than that if it's 40%, if it's 1.4, which again is great for the interest rate. So again,
dollars divided by 1.4 is £497, and then
wow,
1797 divided by 1.4, roughly speaking, is about 1283-ish. So yeah, it's about that.
Angus is saying, do you take Bitcoin? Do we actually take payments in cryptos yet? That's a great question.
We really should, but we haven't actually set that up.
But if you if you're serious about that, then we'll try and work out something for you if there's a reason why you want to pay in Bitcoin. But great question. Oh, apparently Ben's saying we can.
Oh, there you go. We can then. If Ben's saying we can, then we can.
If Ben's saying we can, then we can. It will be done.
Ben makes the rules up.
Sorry, mate.
Ben makes all the rules up. So if he says it's okay, then we're good.
There we go then. There we go. Well, look, guys,
that
seems to be it from everyone. Peter's saying he's going to sign up tomorrow. Great. Michael's saying thanks for tonight. Emil saying thanks. Guys, look, first and foremost, thank you for your time. We hope that we've delivered on what you said, on what we said, to give you as much value as possible, to give you a glimpse into Andy's story, how he's ended up to here. It hasn't all gone in a straight line. But obviously now he's making the returns that he is. So if you want a piece of that pie, then we're inviting you to join us. And yeah, you've got 48 hours. So yeah, great. I'm just checking to see if we've got any more questions. I'll just check the other section as well, actually, to see if there's anything else.
I think that's it, mate. I think we've covered everything. So yeah, we'll try and get the replay out. So it'll probably be tomorrow morning, guys. But whenever we get it to you, we'll send it out. And if you did attend late.
Awesome. Look, guys, wherever you are in the world, thank you very much for your time. And we look forward to seeing you on the other side.
Take care, guys. Good night, good afternoon, and good evening.
You messed that one up, didn't you, boo-boo? You messed that one right up.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whatever. They get the picture. I can trade. That's good enough.
Yeah, this is past your bedtime as well, mate. Past your bedtime, 10 p.m., isn't it?
It is. Exactly. It is. Take care, everybody. See, there's some people that needed the mornings there. I'm glad I said that. Right. Off I go now. I'm going to bed. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Right, let's close up. Let's close the shop.